Hey guys. So I'll tell you this. It's been an interesting work week, if you will. Not on a negative side of things. No. But just one of those work weeks to where you're like, okay, now I've kind of seen it all, right? I'll give you an example. Now, of course, as I've mentioned before in a video this week, I took Monday off mainly because of the fact that it was Memorial Day. And my mom was justified in saying, "Look, I'm not going to take my only day off to take you back to go back and forth from here to Turlock to take you to work and pick you up." Because she basically takes, Monday through Friday and travels from here early in the morning to Livermore to do preschooling with a bunch of brats, as she calls them sometimes. Well, some of them are brats, as she calls them. And then come back from Livermore back here to Newman, doing that back and forth Monday through Friday. She's not going to take her one day off and do the same for me, or anything, even though it's a shorter distance, because, she's tired, she wants to rest. And that's understandable. And because the buses don't, you know, work that day or don't, run that day, Lyft was out of the question too, because they would have cost a lot more than they usually do for some odd reason. I guess because of the holiday. But anyway, long story short, I took the day off, called my job. I called them actually on Saturday, called them back on Monday. Very understanding. Thank the Lord for that. Then on Wednesday, which is a day I don't normally work sometimes if they give me it off, on Wednesday, I'm getting off of work. I think I did 12 to 4 on Wednesday. Yeah, I did 12 to 4 on Wednesday because I was off on Thursday. Yeah, I was off on Thursday. So I did 12 to 4 on Wednesday, and I'm getting off. And this obviously had to be the week of the very old schoolers, and I say that with all due respect, because on Wednesdays I'm getting off. There's this older guy. He's obviously like in his early to mid 80s or something, early to mid 80s, and he's at self checkout. And you know how self checkout doesn't matter where you go now, Target or Walmart, they have these cameras with the video feed, right? Telling that, with uh, flashing the flashing warning on the video saying recording in progress, right? Well, this guy, he's wondering where's the camera at and everything. And one of the girls who's watching self checkout for that time, standing in for the girl that's the main girl for that for her work period at self checkout. This one girl who's standing in for her tries to explain to the guy, oh well, it's a recording, it's recording you and all that. That's why you're on camera. It's recording your actions or something like that. And he goes, and the older guy is like, well, I don't like that. I don't like that all that stuff. And then the girl, like I said, this is a girl who's standing in for the normal girl that's there at that time. She goes back to where she was standing, and she's like, under her breath, she's like, well, maybe you shouldn't, check out here and all that. But then as soon as she's walking back, like she's walking back, she's standing where she goes back to where she was standing, says what she did under her breath, but then she turns her head first. Then she turns her head almost a second later, and the guy, the same old guy, is taking a plastic bag and putting it over the camera. I swear to God, I've never, in all my years working at Walmart, I've never really seen that ever happen once, if at all. I've heard people complain, but never done that. I mean, don't go. And when I hear people complain, they usually would say, "I want to talk to a manager," or "I'm just going to go to another lane." And to avoid that, and that's what they do. I've never seen, as far as I'm concerned, never seen anybody do that. Never. But it tells you this guy's a very old school guy, because if he's willing to do that, it tells you that some of these very old school people, and again, I say with all due respect, no offense, still don't have an idea of what certain technology is about, and they need to have a better understanding. So the girl sees this, and she's like, "Sir, you're not supposed to do that. You shouldn't be doing that." And she has to go tell the security guy that's right there about it. And the security guy, looks over and says, "Okay, I'll talk to him," and all that. And I guess he did or something. But yeah, it's like, you know, and I say this with all due respect, all loving due respect to our senior class, um, our senior citizens anyway. I say it with all due loving respect. If you don't know much about certain, technologies when it comes to, let's say, checking out at a store, maybe you should ask for help, or maybe you should just be like, you know what, this is too advanced for me. I'm gonna go to do it the traditional old school way that I know, and that's it. That's all you should probably do. Just, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Anyway, anyway, like I said, this obviously had to be the week of the very old schoolers because yesterday, there's another senior citizen. She goes up to register 12, and our front end manager says, "Oh, it's closed," right? And because she had to move the new cashier, who's doing a good job, I will admit that, over to the next register, register 10, because register 12 went on the fritz. Well, this older lady's like, "Well, the light's on," and everything, and my front end manager's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. Has to turn it off." And then the lady says something along the lines of, "Well, if the light's on, you should be working," you know that, no, and I'm hearing something to those extents, right? She says something along to those extents to my front end manager, and my reaction is, just rolling my eyes and thinking, been there, done that, seen it. It's nothing new to me. And look, I'll admit that was kind of the fault on our part, on the manager's part, and all that, because she didn't think, okay, I need to turn off the light before working on this, working on trying to restore the register to working functioning mode, if you know what I mean. But still, even though that was partially on her, she shouldn't have taken it out. Well, not her, but the customer shouldn't have said what she did to the manager, because you know because she had the thought process of, oh, the light's on, you should be working, even if the machine's not working. It's like, oh, the light's on, you should be doing your job. Take, come on, seriously. But yeah, it's been one of those. But yeah, it's been one of those weeks with the old schoolers. But overall, the work has been fun this week. It's been going by fast, been busy, and the positive, as you'll see in a video, the Disney store. We have our Disney store up and going. They're still putting the finishing touches in, like merchandise and all that. But yeah, we got our Disney store up and running. It looks really good. And I kind of figured we were going to get it soon because they had this big old carpeted open space. And I'm like, there's going to be one reason for it. And lo and behold, there it was, the Disney store. So yeah, it looks really good. And I look forward to shopping in that little section to see what I can get for family and even myself, maybe. But besides that, it's been like I said, it's been one of those weeks. I mean, the bus drivers have to change the transfer stop over to the yellow store, as we call it, because the traditional one is blocked off because of the fiesta, and obviously one of the drivers is not fond of it because they parked their bus on the side of the park, not where they normally do, where the bus stop is, but on the side. Alright, and they had to finally go over to the yellow store, and you can kind of tell they weren't particularly fond of this situation. And you can see that in a video that's going to be upcoming. You can tell they're particularly not fond of it, but they do have an understanding. They just wish maybe we could just park over at the park and on the side and be done with it. But yeah, it's been one of those weeks, guys. But I just wanted to do this little vlog on